Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the mystery lens that I mentioned in my last video, which is the 18mm F1.4. Someone guessed it right in the comments. So what about this lens? I already discussed a little bit about this lens in a video that you find linked up here. And at that time, I didn't know if I was going to buy it or not. I had my doubts. Then I started shooting my video here with the 18mm f2. So I thought that it would make a lot of sense for me to buy it and use it for video purposes mainly, instead of an older lens with a subpar autofocus for video purposes. And as of now, I'm glad I bought the lens because my very first impressions on this lens, and mind you, this is just a very first impressions video, so it's not a full review. I'm gonna get deeper into what this lens does and what the lens can do, cannot do, how it performs specific aspects. This is gonna come in another video later, so subscribe if you don't want to lose it. But in general, my very first impressions are really positive. I found that the autofocus is really fast, really precise, and the transitions are really smooth, which is important, especially in video. Another thing is the construction is built like a tank, but it's not too heavy or too big. You're seeing it right now on the XE4. It doesn't make it too much of a front heavy combination, which is something I like because I used that together with the XE4 on a shooting for street photography and urban landscape, and it didn't weigh me down. It was on par, really good. Actually, I'm going to show you some picture at the end of the video. All of those are going to be JPEG straight out of camera, no editing. So you're going to see what you can get if you set the camera properly, okay? But stick to the end of the video, which is going to be short anyways. So stick to the end if you want to if you want to look at those. And speaking of image quality, of course, it's too early to come up with a final verdict on this, but image quality seems to be really nice. F1.4 is already sharp, really sharp, and the bokeh is really nice, is smooth and nice to look at. But I'll get deeper into it in my review video because I want to test it with more noisy backgrounds just to understand if it's if I was like at the beginning with the backgrounds or the bokeh is good in general. As of now, I like it. So what I was saying, sharpness is really good starting from f1.4, and this lens proved to be really usable for a lot of stuff. Again, street photography, events photography, family shots, snapshots, or urban landscape. I was also very pleased with the rendition in the urban landscape of the sun stars. The sun stars surprised me because for an f1.4 lens, having the kind of sun stars that you're seeing right now, it's not something that happens so often. So I was really happy to see that it holds its ground even when it's stopped down to its maximum, f16 or f11. And even the sharpness, of course, it takes a hit. It's not going to be as sharp as f5.6 or f8, but that's obvious. But still, it makes it usable. So if you want those sound stars, you can get those from this lens pretty easily without paying too much when it comes to diffraction that kicks in and destroys the photo. So overall, my impression, even for video, is really positive. I look forward to keep using this lens for more and more stuff because I have the impression that this might become one of my favorite lenses. It's got the same magic that the 16-1.4 had or have, because it's still a lens, but it seems to have a better overall image quality in several aspects. So if that's confirmed, and again, subscribe to see my review a few weeks down the road, if that's confirmed, that means that this lens is great. Of course, it comes at the price because $1,000, more than $1,000 for a lens, it's not cheap. It's not for everybody's pocket. It's not for everybody's use. But for those that are interested in this lens, my very first impression are that this lens may be worth the steep price. It's one of those lenses that seems to make your pictures better in some ways. And if that's confirmed, I'm more than happy to recommend it to anybody. But again, this is going to come in a later video. So for now, let me know what you think in the comments below. Leave me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.